Welcome back another episode. Don't forget to subscribe. Formally confirming that the stranger is Gandalf, the Lord of the Rings of Power formally broke the canonical version of this wizarding tale. Up until now, the Amazon video series had been circling around the subject, disclosing only that the stranger is an Istari. This left open a number of possibilities. Some speculated that he was not Gandalf the Grey but rather one of two blue wizards. Had this been the true, the canonical breach would have been less severe. But Rings of Power's concluding response about the stranger's identity fundamentally alters the course of the Istari's story. The first season of Rings of Power had already dropped a lot of clues about the stranger. His friendship with Nori provided more proof that this was the wizard who loved hobbits, as did the fact that several of his statements were exactly the same as those spoken by Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings. But it was hinted in Season 2 that the stranger and the Dark Wizard were Tolkien's blue wizards when they traveled to Rhûn to face another Istari. Naturally, this was a red herring. Rings of Power alters Tolkien's original tale by manipulating audience expectations once more through the use of canon elements. It is recommended that Gandalf reach Middle-earth during the Third Age. The entire Stranger tale modifies Gandalf's canonical background in Middle-earth, the most conspicuous distinction being the time frame in which the wizard first appeared. Set 3,441 years ago, in the Second Age, is the setting for Rings of Power. Gandalf arrived in Middle-earth as a wizard approximately a millennium into the Third Age, according to Tolkien canon. Rings of Power seem to be leveraging this information to keep viewers on the edge of their seats. The blue wizards were the ones that arrived during the Second Age. Of course, there are other differences with Gandalf's entrance besides just the historical period. Gandalf explored Middle-earth throughout the ensuing ages, discovering more about the Free Peoples. He did not come into contact with the hobbits until the Long Winter in Third Age 2758. The other Istari had completely missed these creatures, but Gandalf was enthralled with their unexpected fortitude and resilience, complementing their camaraderie as they supported one another through that year's extreme weather. Of course, Rings of Power offers Gandalf a very different introduction to hobbits, bringing him to Nori long before their people had even coined the term hobbit. The dynamic between the Istari is the subject of yet another important alteration in Rings of Power. When Gandalf confronts the Dark Wizard in Season 2, he reveals that, in accordance with Tolkien canon, 5 Istari were dispatched to Middle-earth. This scoundrel tries to persuade his companion that he is on his side and that the two of them would defeat Sauron together, only to become Dark Lords in his place. After realizing what the Dark Wizard is, Gandalf turns against him in order to save his comrades and begin his own adventure. Considering that the Dark Wizard's exact identity is still a mystery, this is an intriguing development. This adversary must be Saruman or a blue wizard, since he verified that there were only 5 Istari. Given that this represents a significant plot shift in The Lord of the Rings, it seems odd that Gandalf would recognize Saruman as evil at such an early age, if that is indeed what Rings of Power is attempting to suggest. Saruman's subsequent detour is neutralized by Gandalf's knowledge that one of his kind has turned evil, even if the Dark Wizard is actually a blue wizard. For more videos, subscribe.